What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful people? Here I am once again giving y'all a game. This is day 5, and what we're going to be covering here on day 5, we're going to just cover how to understand the SimpleScalper strategy. The SimpleScalper strategy is a strategy that I developed way back in 2018, and you're about to see it. And long story short, it has been the strategy that gave me the most consistency. This is the strategy that I taught plenty of other students, some who became big names, remixed the strategy, kind of turned into their own deal, and did some positive impact along with it. And I'm going to teach you this today. I believe that there's someone here involved in this group that's probably going to take this to the next level. And do I expect everyone to just learn everything as soon as I drop it? No. You know how I know? Because I was the individual where I needed to rewatch a few times. All right, because there is a lot of information. I need to rewatch, review, relearn a few things a few times until I started to get it, and then started to put it into practice. So I don't expect everyone to understand completely what they're seeing. But for those that are serious and not just curious, you're going to go back to rewatch, review, relearn. You're going to apply. All right, and eventually develop some experience for yourself, and you can remix this to however it's gonna make you more effective. So if there's someone that understands you, I am definitely that someone. Some are gonna get it, some are not. For me, it definitely took time. So let's get on with it. Another lesson of the day.
Another one.
Shout out to DJ Khaled. All right, so here we go. Right now, we're on the Mine on Billion.pro site. By the way, I just upgraded the strategy charts for those that don't know. Now, just to recap on everything we spoke about, everything that we went over in the last few days. All right, let's click on Free Trading Blueprint. So here's a new tab for everyone to just catch on to what's going on for those who may have missed it. So when you click on here, all right, you'll be able to get redirected right back into the Instagram channel. And here's the video that we dropped literally just yesterday, going over the charting and indicator basics. Okay, so what I do is a full recap on day 1, day 2 stuff, day 3 stuff. Yesterday we definitely covered some ground, and these buttons over here are, there for your convenience as reference points. So you're going to be watching the video. I'm going to be mentioning different links and things of that nature. Conveniently, I placed them already here for you, so you got that. And of course, you can sign up for email updates, which I don't plan on emailing everyone right now, but once we get over this 11-day spree of free knowledge, you can expect to get some reminder emails. Don't worry, I'm not going to spam you. This is not, I'm not one of those individuals that's going to send you like 5 emails a day, every day for the next 5 years. That's definitely not my style. For me, it's important that when I send you a message, it's something that you're not going to ignore. So anyway, here we go. All right, but the lesson of the day, okay? Let's go on over to the strategy charts. All right, you can get access to the strategy charts and this whole section. Let me bring this up here and let me adjust this accordingly. All right, so hopefully everyone can see that. All right, so you can get access to this chart if you are a member of Binary FX. But what I am going to cover is going to require you to have Tradingview. Remember, Tradingview is free. Okay, so you can go along with me, but I already have several strategies saved on here for you for your convenience, for those of you that are members. So if we go and we click over to the next thing, you're going to be able to see some of the other strategies pop up very conveniently. What I am going to go over is the OG strategy that's done it for me, man. So we're gonna go and we are gonna take this to TradingView. Okay, so you can literally click on here; it'll bring you right over to TradingView. All right, and here we go. This is my TradingView account right over here. All right, and we went over some SRTs. We went over the drawing tools. We went over basics of indicators. But what I am going to do over here, I'm going to choose a random currency pair. All right, let's go to Euro JPY, and I am going to completely remove all markups that I have on this chart. All right, and so I want you to set your charts up. So that way you don't have to set up, these charts again. So I'm gonna go through it fairly quickly because I did a whole descriptive lesson yesterday. So I'm gonna breeze through this part before we get into, the actual SimpleScalper strategy. Okay. So here we go. One of the things that I like to do first and foremost is I like to go on the weekly chart. This allows me to see all the way back in 1971 when Richard Nixon took us off of the gold standard. All right, and I have a big snapshot as to what went on in the last 50 years, okay, 50 plus years. And I'm just gonna, make this pretty quick, right? Because I went through so much yesterday. So I'm gonna mark the highs, I'm gonna mark the low points, okay? And I'm going to draw some trend lines if it's necessary for me to draw some trend lines. So I'm going to get the highs. So if I see a high that's alone or a high that has at least 3 or more touches to a level before it drops, okay, I'm going to mark the highs first. All right, start from the top to the bottom. All right, multiple touches, boom, 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 right? Okay, now after I'm done marking up these highs, I'll start with the lows. Okay, and if I see interesting levels that's been touched before, all right, and it's getting retouched now, then I'm gonna mark that. So for example, right over here in Monday, the 23rd of September 1985, all right, this level was reached as a resistance. It got close to it again in 1987. All right, it blew past it in 1990, came back to it, retested it in 1992. Retested it again in 2007, retested it again in 2008. All right, so you're actually able to see the full data of what's been going on. So I marked this low. All right, let me continue to mark some of these lows. All right, and this is based on the weekly chart, and we have a very long overview of this. We got a bird's eye view of this, right? So we can see these really critical levels right in front of our face on Euro JPY, okay? And as I basically, mentioned before, you're gonna see trends on trends on trends on trends on trends. You're gonna see it again and again. So if we, pay attention, okay, if we look at this, look how seamlessly perfect, this trend is before it bended, right? So I'm gonna leave it right. I think this probably be much better. Yeah, literally right over here. So notice if this line isn't being tested as a resistance on one side, on the other side is being tested as a support. So this is, again, when you're looking at a trend line, a downtrend, all right, is acting as basically a downward resistance. And whenever you do have these resistance points, these high points where market tends to drop, there's going to be some times where it's going to break, right? And then it's going to go back down and retest it, right? But if there's more indications that the market dropped at these levels, then yeah, we consider it a resistance more than a support, even though it will be retesting on the opposite side. Break and retest is something that occurs naturally. So if you look at this thing has been downtrending since 1975, all right? And look, for the most part, it's been respecting it, all this time. and then it tested it on the opposite side twice, once in 2003, and the other time in 2012. It actually retested on the opposite side to deflect going up, right? But you're gonna see trends within trends. So here's a real sharp, here's a super sharp downtrend right over here, all right, that never really got revisited again at this level, right? So we don't need to mark that up, but you're going to see trends within trends. So is it possible that uptrends and downtrends can happen at the same time? Absolutely. So while this was going on a crazy downtrend from 1974 all the way down to it bended over here and deflected all the way down to 2002. We're talking, a very long time. We're talking a 31-year downtrend, right? Before it actually started to deflect on the opposite side of that downtrend line. Okay, a 30-year downtrend. Now there goes a 30-year downtrend, and then you see, okay, there was an uptrend over here for 1 year. Okay, for 1 year. Okay, 2 years. All right, you're gonna see trends within trends. Okay, you're even gonna see downtrends within downtrends. You're gonna see trends and trends and trends and trends happen all the time. All right, so as you can see, very critical level. All right, and there was a trend that began in October 2000, an uptrend over here that continued, okay, to 2008, right? So 8 years later, okay, and let me just mark this, 8 years later, okay, so you have a 30-year downtrend with an 8-year uptrend. You're gonna see trends with the trends with the trends. X marks the spot. You can always expect a breakout when that does happen. All right. Market tested this level and it shot all the way down to retest some older, notable levels. Okay, and you'll see this, time again and again and again. Okay. See trends with the trends. You can see, quite a bit of market geometry, which is a little bit more advanced, and we'll get into it, in the future, right? You can see uptrends, all right, hit highs, then downtrends until it hits lows. Trend is your friend until it bends. You can see this again and again. Now, I don't need to mark this up because they're relevant levels of today for the most part, but I can tell you what is relevant today. All right, some of these highs over here. Look. So levels that were tested as resistances back in 1987 is being tested as resistances in 2023. So almost 40 years, almost 40 years, y'all. So we are looking at a 40-year high right now on Euro JPY. Okay, this was roaring, all right, in an uptrend, as you can see over here. Okay, and now it's like at this very key resistance. So this is why it's important to mark up some of these levels. It's very important to mark up some of these levels. All right, now we are on a weekly chart, and yes, we can definitely mark up whatever we want. Very, very powerful level for a very, very powerful level. As you can see over here, if this thing decides to fall, I mean, there's so many pips that can be generated. So from here to the low, all right, we're talking about 3,600 pips. Like, this is, insane. All right, it's literally insane. 3,669 pips, 3670. That's humongous. Okay, some people, that's a lot of money, for real, for real. All right, now we go and we start on the weekly, but then what we do is we cut it down. All right, we go on the 4 hour. We already know it's touching these weekly levels. When you get to these lower levels, you can kind of get more of a precise level. Okay, so when you look at the weekly, you're like, okay, it looks pretty cool. And right now we do see here's a uptrend at the same time. All right, so it's been uptrending, and most likely it's probably going to follow this uptrend until, all right, it starts to get cornered in this triangle. And usually when we see, you know, triangles, we already know, okay, that there's going to be an average of 5 touches to a triangle before we see a breakout to the upside or the downside. It has to go somewhere. It's following a trend, all right, that's been taking place since, you know, for a while at this point, okay, a short time, right, and then it's hitting this very important weekly level that dates all the way back. That dates all the way back to 40 years, 40 plus, or, you know, around 40 years, okay? Okay. Now, while we bring it to the 1 hour, then we get, you know, even more precise with what's going on. All right, and then we could bring it to 30-minute. At this point, in looking at everything, at this point, I'm comfortable in bringing out my strategy. Okay, so I taught you how to do the SimpleScalper strategy in the last lesson, but just in case you need a quick recap, what does it consist of? Well, it does consist of, all right, the Bollinger Bands. Okay, it consists of the stochastic. It consists of the relative strength index. It consists of the moving average exponential. Okay, and it also includes the parabolic dots. Parabolic SAR, stop and resistance. I didn't go over that one, but basically look at it as trend lines just marked up in circles, okay? So this is the makings of the SimpleScalper strategy, okay? Strategy that I created back in the days. And I can adjust these, you know, these indicators real simple, just by double clicking. All right, go to style. I like to switch up the colors a little bit. So the basis line is the middle band, okay? All right, upper band, I like to make red. Since it's a red-white theme, I'm just gonna keep the lower band white, all right? And, okay, that settles that right now. Then we could go into the EMA. Okay, and you know my EMA is set to 200, so it acts more like a trend line. It reads the last 200 candles. Okay, and then we double click the background over here, and now I can adjust. I can adjust the stochastic oscillator, also the relative strength index. All right, to my liking. Okay, so if I see a cross up in the bottom. And the bottom lines over here, the bottom dotted line, that's a buy. If I see a cross down, that's a sell. In my book, you know, I could adjust accordingly. So when I go up in here, okay, we go to inputs, RSI length. All right, we can have it set to whatever we want. All right, as far as the style is concerned, they completely upgraded this, which I really like a lot, right? RSI based MA, moving average, we can make that the signal line. I'm just gonna instead of yellow, I'm just gonna make it gold because I'm gonna keep it as the signal line. Upper Bollinger Band, I'm just gonna keep it, you know, uniform with the Bollinger Bands I have on the main indicator window. Regular bullish, I'm keeping my bullish, you know, colors white. Bullish label, make it white. All right. RSI upper band. Okay, this is the dotted lines. I'm gonna make this red. Again, I'm just gonna keep it the way I like it, and I'm gonna make it a solid line. Middle band I don't need. Okay, lower band, I'm gonna make that white. Let's do 75.25. It's a little more strict. All right, especially when it comes to the crossings. If I see that the market is kind of flat, then I could lower this a little bit. I could keep it at 70.30. That's fine. Background fill, we don't need it. You know, you could have it, but you really don't need it. Bollinger Band's background fill. So this is like if it's already outside, you know, what kind of color would it fill up? So I'll just adjust overbought gradient fill, white, red. Okay, there we go. And you can actually adjust. You can save this as a default. So the next time you bring up that indicator, it'll automatically have the settings that you want on it. This does look kind of flat for a 30-minute. It does look kind of flat to me. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'll adjust this. I'll make it, yeah, I'll adjust this. Let's keep it. We can keep it 70-30. Yeah, we'll keep it 70-30. Okay, might be a little better. Okay, maybe 35.65. Be a little more lenient. Not be too strict on it. Okay. And okay. All right. So whenever the market is below this line and it crosses up, that's a signal for a buy. Or whenever the market is above, you know, the red line over here and it crosses down, that's a signal for a sell. I also have the yellow line, which is going to act as a signal line. So whenever the purple line, which is the main line, crosses down the signal line, that is the sell too. All right, that way we get two confirmations within this. And as far as this is concerned, this is the stochastic oscillator. I went over it yesterday. It's going to tell us if the market is overbought, oversold. Similar to the RSI, we'll just have some, you know, different settings on it. We'll keep it 80-20. I'm cool with that. But let me just adjust this accordingly. Upper band is going to be red. Lower band is going to be white. I'm going to remove the middle band. I don't need it. Let's make it solid lines. Okay, that's how I like to keep it. I don't need the background, to be honest with you. It's pretty and all, but I don't need that. And inputs, okay, I can adjust this 533. All right, sometimes I do 511. You know, but all in all, I could double click on each indicator and double click again to zoom out of it. See? Let me switch up the colors a little bit. I'm going to make this gold. And we'll make this purple as well. Okay. All right. All right, so there we have it. Now, in order for me to get the confirmation it's going to be satisfactory for me, all right, I'm going to use the vertical line to get me some of these confirmations. Let's go to a lower time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute. Let's see what's the deal there. I see multiple opportunities over here. So if we go into circles, okay, we can see here's good positions for buys. Okay. and we can get into good positions for sells. All right, you're gonna see good positions just kind of pop up time and time and time again. As you know, the market is between the bands, the top and the bottom, 90% of the time. So if we see anything worthy of note, then we could definitely, take that into consideration. You're gonna see the confirmations that you are looking for. It's out there, ladies and gents. Cross ups to cross downs. You're going to see that. All right, so pretty good stuff. Okay, now let me go into a vertical line. And you can see some of these confirmations play out. Okay, look at this. Cross up. That's 2 confirmations for a buy. Here goes 3, right? You're going to see, positions play themselves out again and again and again and again. Okay. All right. Now, at this current stage, all right, we can actually see that on the 15-minute chart, there's some resistance right over here in this area. And we can actually go in for a quick sell right now if we wanted to. Okay, very, very simple. All we have to do is look at the data. The market is going to give us what we want. Now, you could use these horizontal rays, or you can use rectangles, which could be just as effective, even more, depending on how you view the chart, right? But here's a sell position right now that can be taken advantage of right now. It's a good, decent sell position. As far as the parabolic is concerned, sometimes I like to change them into circles, and I like to make them thicker. All right, so you can clearly see how they look. All right, you can change this to whatever color you want, as long as you're going to be able to see it. So whenever you see the candles are below the parabolic, that means the parabolic indicates market is moving down. If you see the candles above the parabolic dots, that means the parabolic is indicating price is moving up. So you can use it as additional confirmation. It works a little better on higher time frames like the 1 hour. So we were on the 1 hour. You can see how it works in all its glory. Up, down, so on and so forth. So this right here is the SimpleScalper strategy in a nutshell. And so what we could do is we could go right over here onto indicator templates. We could save it as the SimpleScalper strategy, okay? All right, triple S, right? Whatever you want to call it, SimpleScalper strategy. And so the cool thing about this is you can always, bring it back, okay? You can change the charts if you want. So let's say if I wanted to go into settings, I could go into the canvas on here. I could switch up the colors around if I wanted to make it gradient, white, black, whatever. I can do whatever I want with this, and that's what makes it pretty cool. To keep it gray and black, I kind of like that look. But of course, if you want the white background and you want to change your bullish candles blue, you can definitely do that. I mean, there's all kinds of style preferences that you can change. And so this is the SimpleScalper strategy, in a nutshell. Basically, once you save it as indicator template, and you favorite it, you can actually use any other, template that you want. So let's say I have the OG Simple Scalper right over here. Okay. This will probably work better with a white chart. Okay. So let's go into settings and let's just make it white. Okay. And we could turn the candlesticks blue. This is the way how I used to rock it, right? Simple as that. Okay. Switch a couple of things around to where you can see it a little bit better. Maybe these levels, you want to make it some of the status lines, a little different. Price lines, you can make it whatever you want. Scales, you can change it to whatever color you want. Right? Text. There you go. Right? So you have an opportunity to do what you want with the charts. Okay. This, for some of you, is probably bringing you back. This is how I used to like to keep my charts, but as time went on, I kind of fell in love with the dark modes. So black and gray is a little better for me, and then if I'm using the text, then I'll do the white text as well. Just keep it clean, keep it good. And you could save this is you can save this as a template. As you see, I have it saved as a Big Zaddy's template. Kind of an inside joke. Back in my days in Miami. but yeah, this is a very, very cool thing to be learning about. For sure. It's a very cool thing to be learned about. And this is the OG Simple Scalper template, so you can change the background. Now, for my new versions of SimpleScalper, I have so many different versions, y'all. You don't even know. I got so many different versions of it that nobody even really knows, like, how hard I've been working behind the scenes all these years to really improve on everything. But yeah, we'll get into some of the more advanced stuff in the future. And what I want to do for you is I actually want to share the template. So I could only share it if you have a Tradingview account, which is free. So make sure you get the Tradingview account right on the website, or however you want to do it. It's all good. And yeah, we'll be able to handle that. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to go over one of my other prominent strategies that had a great few years run, and it's called the Web Slinger. I think y'all are really going to love it. It's called the Web Slinger. I'm going to give you the template for that too as of tomorrow. Today's gift is the SimpleScalper template. All right. Again, I really think you're going to love it. It changed the game, especially for me. You're going to get the OG SimpleScalper. All right. All the other versions are going to be coming out really, really soon. Just you wait. So we'll go over some more strategies on Sunday. I want everyone to tune in because on Sunday I'm going to be introducing something very, very, very huge. I think it's going to be very, very huge, especially for the individuals that like convenience, especially when it comes to, trading. Okay. So you're definitely going to be able to see all that. And so I hope that you enjoy this lesson. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And once again, if you have access to binary effects, all right, you're going to notice Dream Scalper is already up here. And so you don't have to do all the DIY, to do it yourself, manual things. You could already have this already set for you if you have the strategy charts. And I got more strategies going to be thrown on this really soon. So this is only for Binary FX members. For right now, enjoy the bootcamp. Hopefully you guys are really taking advantage of the bootcamp. It's 45 videos on here, and hopefully you watched the video that I dropped yesterday, where we did that recap of everything and so on and so forth. So let's go back into, right before we leave, let's go back into free trading blueprint. Here's the whole recap of what we did yesterday. All right, and here are the convenience buttons, okay, to help you get yourself going. All right, I'm gonna drop this, all right, as a YouTube link in the chat. So once again, stay blessed, take care. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. We'll be doing another drop tomorrow, and another one the next day, Sunday. We're gonna do a live, 100%. We're gonna do a live on Sunday because we have some stuff to reveal. And with that said, stay blessed, take care, peace out.